everybody, and welcome to the Bob Stoops app. I'm Brad McMullen, along with Hall of Fame football coach Bob Stoops, and happy birthday, Coach.
Thank you. Coming the 9th, and you're right behind me on the 10th.
Yeah, it's a good birthday week.
I wish I had a few of the years back. You're quite a bit younger than me, though, so beats the alternative, right?
Amen.
Just got to keep rolling.
Amen. Thank the Lord for each and every day that He gives us. All right, let's talk about it. Oklahoma, the Brent Venables era kicked off in a big way as OU dominated at home.
I thought it was awesome. I wouldn't expect anything else. Not only Brent, just such an accomplished and great coach, but he got a great staff around him. They've worked really hard. The players, I love it. He's said it more than 10 times, have so bought into them and accepted their coaching and what they're giving to them. So it was really sharp, I thought. There weren't very few foolish penalties. Very clean game, took care of the football. I thought you could tell Dylan Gabriel has worked with Jeff Lebby. There's no issues there whatsoever, and with the pace of play that they can play with. I just thought it was really sharp offensively. Defensively, same thing, really sound. Nobody wide open anywhere. Bunch of guys got hands on footballs, which tells you there'll be more interceptions and tips and interceptions. I thought the effort to the football was great. The way they chased the football and gang tackled. Strong special teams, look good. Punting, kicking. Thought Billy Bowman looked great, returning kick returns. So anyway, all of it together I thought was really solid for a first time out.
And that Stoops kid played good too.
Yeah, Drake had a couple early catches. All of them did. I thought all the receivers caught the ball well. Great play design in a lot of cases where guys are wide open, and give Jeff Lebby and their staff credit for those, play designs that have guys wide open, and got a lot of players involved, and thought it was really strong. We ran the football really well. To me, as always, you have to do that. I think the best teams, are going to always run the football to set up the pass.
Yeah, and the crowd was into it. I don't remember a game like that where, and take this the right way, the opponent was not a marquee opponent, where you had 84,000 people going crazy.
Their fans were great, and you have to give people need to relax about people at halftime may have left. Listen, if you were on that east side,
it was awesome.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that they had to be just fried or baked, just baking in the sun.
Yeah.
So I get it, but they showed up to start the game and they were loud, excited about it. I think they appreciate watching good football, and so it was a great start to the year. Fortunately, this game is in the evening this coming week. So
come on back, guys.
Yeah, well, and stay.
Yeah, stay. All right, I saw a really nice embrace with you on the field, with you and Coach Venables after the game. What was that like?
It's great. I got strong feelings for Brent. We're like brothers. Truthfully, he's like one of our Stoops brothers. I mean, when he was a GA, after playing for us, Mike and I at Kansas State, he became a grad assistant, and I think he lived with Mike 3 or 4 years. And then we come up together, and as a GA, and then on staffs together here. Saw him bring his now wife Julie to their first date, or one of their first dates. He brought her to a recruiting event.
Which is romantic. I want everybody to know that. That's romance.
Well, Brent probably couldn't afford a shrimp cocktail for appetizer, but he sure got one at our recruiting dinner. So anyway, there's just a long history there, and so yeah, I'm excited for him. I love the passion that he coaches with. He's perfect for what we need, and so I was just excited to see him. Them all play so well, and yeah, to have a chance to visit with them after the game. Carroll did as well, so he knows we're in his corner as much as anyone can be.
That's awesome. All right, let's fast forward to this week number 2. You've got Kent State coming to town. Kent State, not the best team. They lost by 35 last week against Washington. They're going to look to rebound, but they're going to run into a real jigsaw in Oklahoma at home. Prime time, the new lights. Can't wait to see those as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. The new coach there has lasted maybe 3 years now. Sean, he played at Wisconsin, has done a really good job. Works with the quarterbacks. He's made a big difference there. They're a good, solid football team. I understand, we're gonna see better as the year goes, but they're a good MAC football team, and the MAC always plays people tough, and he's done a nice job. And the quarterback, Dustin Crum, I think last year threw for like completed 70% of his passes. And then I'd read something today, he was like 20-2 touchdowns to interceptions. So he's a really good quarterback, but anyway, that happens to me too. The Kent Golden Flash is my first full-time job. When I left Iowa, I went back to Kent, Ohio, to just 45 minutes from my hometown in Youngstown. And Dick Crum gave me an opportunity to be my first full-time coach, gave me the outside linebacker, so I finally had my own meeting room and an opportunity to coach guys myself rather than being a grad assistant kind of helper coach, So I've always appreciated and loved Dick Crum for giving me an opportunity.
Is that one of the reasons why we're playing Kent State?
I wouldn't say that.
Did you help work that out behind the scenes?
I didn't help orchestrate this game. It just happened. But again, fond memories of my first job there. Kent, Carol and I when I accepted the job, just got engaged, and then we were married before that season. So it was lucky how it all worked out.
These are the great tidbits that you get right here in the Bob Stoops app.
Well, here's the thing. After 5 years playing, 5 years as a grad assistant and volunteer coach, I was 28 before I got my first full-time job. My parents are wondering if I was ever going to work, so it was always scraping by, making it work. But finally, I got a chance.
Yeah, Mom, he panned out all right. He did all right. All right, let's talk about this week. The point spread right now is Oklahoma favored by 32.5, prime time at the Palace. Do you think Oklahoma is going to cover that?
I do. In my opinion, we're just getting started. I thought last week was really good and strong, but I believe we're just scratching the surface. I think our offense will continue to really just make big plays and play well. And I think the defense, the same thing, is going to continue just like last week. Very solid, very good. The effort, the structure's there, and I think we're going to play well.
All right, I agree with you. All right, let's talk about number 1, Alabama traveling to Texas. I've got a philosophy. Oklahoma's my favorite team. Whoever's playing Texas is my second favorite team. Texas an underdog by 20, and if you listen to Coach Saban this week, you would have thought that they're playing the greatest Texas team ever assembled. That's how much he was building up the Longhorns. But Alabama is loved by the people in Vegas in this game.
Well, that's Nick Saban's job, to sell his
no
team.
rat poison.
That's right, and he does a great job of it. But I'm with the gamblers, whoever's betting on Alabama. I need to see, and again, I'm no Texas hater. I don't hate anybody. I don't like them because we're Oklahoma. Yeah. I get that part of it, but I've heard too much for too many years that they're back, and to me, I need to see it, and before I'm going to ever believe it again. And last year wasn't good, and how much better are they really this year? We'll see. But in the end, I'd take Alabama all over that.
Yeah, it's going to be a rude awakening, I think, for Texas. Interesting, the computers have loved Texas. If you look at the RPI index of ESPN, they have them actually in the college football playoff or contending for the college football playoff. I don't know. That's why human beings need to make more decisions than the computers. All right, South Carolina taking on Arkansas. You're going to see Spencer Rattler getting a chance in his first SEC contest, a battle there of the Razorbacks, who looked really good last week and looked really good last year.
Love their quarterback, KJ Jefferson. I believe I have that right. Where's the game at?
That's a great question. It is at Arkansas, and Arkansas is favored by 8.5 points.
Yeah, I'm stuck here because I love Shane Beamer. I want to see him do well. I want to see Spencer Rattler do well. I root for him. But going to Arkansas, I'm a big believer in what Sam Pittman's done the last several years there, and love watching KJ Jefferson. He makes plays, and So I think I'd go just because of that. It's at Arkansas. I'd go with them.
Yeah, if they want to make some noise, this is a great place to do it because South Carolina is going to have Georgia next week also as well. All right, Kentucky, Florida, two ranked teams. Number 20 Kentucky taking on number 12 Florida. This guy knows a thing or two about Kentucky.
And that's at Florida, I believe.
At Florida, it's at the Swamp. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm rooting hard for Kentucky. My brother Mark just tied Bear Bryant for all-time wins at Kentucky. So hopefully he can break that.
That's right.
Break the record this week at Florida. They've played them really well through the years. This is a new staff, though, at Florida with Billy Napier, and they really looked good in their first game. But I got to take Kentucky. I mean, family's family.
Amen, amen. All right, go Wildcats. Let's do this one. All right, Arizona State at Oklahoma State. The Cowboys favored by 11 in this one.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. I thought you could just really, in my opinion, watching Spencer Sanders, not only at the end of last season, in particular the bowl game, but now this first game as well, and I don't care who you're playing. He looked really good. He looks,
yes.
You could tell how comfortable he looks, or he is, or in how he's playing, that he's seeing things. He threw the ball, I thought, really well, better than I saw him a year ago. So you could tell, again, just time on the field, maturity, growth. He's made it. Now, I was really impressed last week, and I don't think that's going to stop. And Mike Gundy does a great job there, and and what they're doing at Oklahoma State. So defensively, we'll see. There's some issues there. And Luke, you lost your coordinator a year ago, and a lot of great players.
Yeah.
A lot of great players. So that'll be something. Their games, they'll give up more points, than they did a year ago. That's going to be expected. But I just thought the way they looked offensively, they're going to put up points, but it'll be tighter maybe than some other years. But I like Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think you got it right. The key is Spencer Sanders. And 2 years ago, he pressed, right? When he was in trouble, he would force the ball into dangerous situations, which led to interceptions. Now he's not doing that. He'll throw the ball away before he'll put it in the danger zone, if you will.
It's just growth and time on the field, and that's natural. He's a really good athlete, and I think it showed last week, and I think it's going to continue to.
All right, moving on through the games. USC, number 10 in the country, Lincoln Riley at Stanford. USC favored by 10 points in this one.
Yeah, I saw all the highlights of USC on Sunday morning, and I thought they looked really good. They looked strong, looked good, recognized a lot of play calling. But, I thought, just like I just spoke about Spencer Sanders' growth and time on the field, I thought Caleb Williams looked really comfortable last week, and, much more so than a year ago. And again, that's natural. More time on the football field, more time in meetings and working with your guys. And I thought he looked really good. And so I'd take USC over Stanford in that.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is an incredible athlete, incredible talent, and he looked like it last week. This is going to be interesting because we really don't know much about Stanford. I mean, that's the truth. We really just don't know.
It's kind of really hard for me to say anything about them. I haven't seen them much. Right. And but if I remember correctly, last year wasn't a great year.
It was not a great
it's hard
year.
To all of a sudden flip that switch in game 2.
A team that had a great year last year, though, number 9 Baylor will be on the road at number 21 BYU. Baylor only favored by 3 points. Baylor looked really good last week and last year.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of guys back, and all I can say is if they replaced Gary Bohannon, the quarterback who won the Big 12 championship, with a younger guy, then he must be pretty good, because I thought Gary Bohannon was really good. So and Dave Aranda's doing an awesome job. There was nothing fluky whatsoever last year about their games and how they won. Sound defense and good mix of run and pass. So I'd take Baylor in that. I don't think they're going away.
Yeah, and BYU to me is the new Boise. They're very sound. They take care of the football. They're doing things that a lot of people don't expect them to do. I mean, a couple of years ago, they were in the top 10 for the majority of the year when they started the season unranked. I just think Baylor's better.
I do too.
I just think Baylor's better. All right, number 25, Houston at Texas Tech. Houston got quite the scare last week, but Tech favored by 3 in this one.
Yeah, it's hard for me on this one. I was all over thinking Houston was really going to have an incredible year until I watched last week, and they sure didn't look great at all. It looked very average. And, you know, and I love Dana Holgerson, great friend of mine, and I know a lot of the guys on the Tech staff. Joey McGuire, I recruited his high school for years. Wonderful person and guy. And know some of his assistant coach. One of his coaches, Kenny Perry, coached with me in the XFL. So because of that, I'm going to go with Tech.
Yeah, and it's a home team, right?
It's at home. And, you know, and I again, believe in both staffs. But again, that struggle, Houston struggling last week's concerning.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, we've got a bonus pick, and it has nothing to do with college football. This guy's former player, Baker Mayfield, makes his first start for the Carolina Panthers against a team that Baker, I think he has something, I don't know, maybe familiar with this Browns team from Cleveland. Yeah, Baker Mayfield versus the Browns week 1. You get to see it. Right now, Vegas has this one as a 1-point game. With the Panthers. It started off with the Panthers favored by 3. It's gone down a little bit. A lot of money coming in on the Browns. I think Baker's going to do well. How do you feel, Coach?
I do too. He has worked so hard. Seeing him in the out of season, he looks in as good a shape as I've ever seen him. He has worked so hard, and you don't need to talk about the chip on his shoulder. It doesn't. And in the end, it really doesn't matter. You get on the field and you gotta be supported. You gotta play your role. But he's going to play it well. It'll surprise me that he doesn't just have not just a great game in this game, but a great year. I know he's really worked hard and prepared for it. And again, you know, it's a team effort. You know, football is the ultimate team sport. There isn't one guy, you know, that's going to do it on his own. But I believe he'll surely be ready for it.
Yeah, I'm obviously not a gambler, but I love Baker Mayfield and Carolina in this game. Here's the reason why. He knows the tendencies of his teammates that were playing for the Browns. I mean, he was around them all the time. He was watching film on them all the time. If anybody can attack that defense well, it would be Baker Mayfield himself.
And you practice against him every day for all those years. So there's you know, that should amount to something. No question.
All right, who's ready for some football? This birthday guy is, I can guarantee you. All right, thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget, for videos anytime, just click on our video tab right here in the mobile app. For Coach Bob Stoops, I'm Brad McMullen.